And then the second base situation was solved
Woo!
with
Solved.
the
The
I mean,
king.
this is like the signing. This is like signing essentially the Aaron Judge of second base. We signed Elvis Andrus.
Elvis is back in the building.
Elvis is
How many
back.
times have you heard that joke, by the way, for the last 2 weeks?
I know.
Sorry, I had to repeat it.
Thank you. Elvis is back, but I do have to say, as much as like it's not the wow move. I look to me, it is a smart move, which what was left out there, and it solidifies the infield.
I
It
think
leaves
I
less of a question mark there.
I think I replied to one of your tweets. Like, this is the first sensible thing you've done all offseason. Congratulations.
I mean, I moved the off season from an F to an A now with this signing. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding. D plus. We move up to a D plus, but I mean, honestly, I couldn't believe his fucking power numbers for that. He had 9 home runs with the White Sox in that freaking short span. I don't think we're going to see that.
Games. It was 43 games, 9 home runs.
I couldn't believe it. I went and looked it up myself because I thought they were wrong in the article. Like, there's no way that
and it wasn't just the home runs; it was the energy. It was doing the little things. It was the leadership. It was an incredible thing that I thought it was going to take you into the playoffs somehow, but that, of course, that fizzled out for whatever reasons. But
well, because there was a creepy old man just lurking in the shadows the entire time.
A very sickly old man, apparently, too.
Yes.
So.
But go ahead.
Well, it's just interesting that I felt so positive for you guys about that. You guys feel positive about it, but I've got to play devil's advocate here. I mean, he is a 34-year-old career shortstop playing second base for the first time in his life.
I know.
I was listening to it. He was just on the White Sox Talk podcast today with Chuck Garfien. And I didn't realize that he had never played second base. He was talking about that. It's just weird is how he was describing it, which I don't have any doubts he'll be able to figure it out. I think it'll be fine, but he is learning a new position, which is kind of odd to think about as a 34-year-old. Also his age, he is 34. Is there any, and I think you've already alluded to this, but is there any way you think he can live up to what he did in those 43 games as a White Sox that you saw?
Let me tell you, if he does, it's going to be a party on the South Side.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd be happy with 75% of what he is, what you saw. But we saw the best Elvis Andrus that anyone's ever seen, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm not sure he's ever put 43 games together like that in his career. So I think you should definitely be positive about this, but I think you are being measured with it as well. But it's it's kind of crazy how something as small, as relatively small as that can feel like such a huge positive for the White Sox in this. I think it speaks to how shitty this offseason has been.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the Benintendi signing, I mean, there wasn't.
I haven't heard his name since he's been signed. I
think he has barely played so far in the preseason, but
trying to keep him healthy.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think maybe they're worried he's going to catch the health bug that everyone seems to get when they come to the White Sox.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be worried about that?
But just when you were asking like what's my expectation, or you'd be happy with 75%, I'll tell you what I'll be happy with. He's gonna bat out of the 9 holes, so it's not like I'd be happy if he got on base in front of the top of the order on a consistent basis. No matter, I don't care if it's a fucking walk, bunt, whatever, automatic walk because the pitcher didn't throw the ball in time. I'll take whatever, but he gets him and he adjusts to second and really solidifies the infield defense.
Yeah,
the question was out when Trevor Story moved to second. He played a pretty solid second base for Boston last year. I mean, I think it can be done. it's
as a 27-year-old, I
but
think.
yeah, well, yeah, but yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that's you bring up the defense. I hadn't really considered that, but like the double play combination, like everything is backwards for him. He's done it his whole life from TA side of second base. So
Yeah,
that's
he did say
I think he
he.
can get there, but I'd be surprised if they're like a solid defense up the middle to start the season. I think it's going to take some time to work out the kinks. Plus, with no shifts anymore, I think the whole middle of every defense is going to be interesting to watch across Major League Baseball, but certainly on the south side.
Yeah, I mean, he said he has turned to double play from the second base side because of
Ooh,
shifts.
that's more than I've
So
done.
yeah, right. I know, me too. But so he's like not like a handful of times, but he's played
Sure.
over there and he's got a little bit. But I mean, I don't know. I just feel like if you're athletic enough and
Yeah.
he's a veteran.
I think
I think his adjustment is better than moving Eloy Jimenez to right field. I
yeah, for
mean,
sure.
like so.
I think
Uh,
I think I would just say, he'll be more eventually be more than serviceable. I think it'd be unrealistic to think that he's going to be one of the top defensive second basemen, you know, or at least early in the season, like how he can make that transition.
yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
I think it's going to be an issue, not a major issue, but I think there will be a talking point at least.
yeah, we'll see. I agree. I think there'll be some growing pains, so to speak, at
Yeah.
second. But you know, we got a clean slate, baby. So see what
Well,
happens.
his leadership and everything else that he's clearly brought, had clearly brought and will continue to bring in the clubhouse is a big deal. So it might be as big a deal as anything other than keeping Lurie Garcia out of your lineup somehow.
Thank God.
Word Hole Media.